So I was out here checking out the fruit trees. Now we know this nectarine tree has that peach leaf curl. Whoops, sorry. I'm swatting a mosquito. Don't mind me. But I'm seeing fruits on here. Here, let me show you one. There's one there. And there's a bunch there. Now, I'm supposed to remove them so that the tree can fight this fungal issue that it has. But I'm going to play it by ear and see how it goes. There's still a bunch of new leaves that are coming out, but I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. Then once I saw fruits on the nectarine, I came over to the peach to see if there was anything here, and I see some as well there. See them right there? Oop, where's my finger? There. And there's some there. And there. And there. That's exciting. So peaches look good. And then I'm like, let's see what else is going on over here. And then I saw plums. There's a plum right there. Well, let me see if I can focus there. There's plums on this tree. Now this is the grafted tree that has like 4 different plums on it. Oh, there's more there. That's so cool. And there, a bunch of them. So this is going to be super exciting. We'll have to play it by ear on this one too. I don't know what to expect. This one, I don't see any on here. It did bloom. I'm trying to see if there's any little fruits on here. I don't see them, but either it could be later or maybe it just needs another year. That's possible. Looks healthy though. And then these are the 2 apple trees. And we didn't get any. Well, we got like 1 apple on that tree last year. But I see apples here. Hold on, let me get you in the camera. There we go. There's a couple there, which is exciting. Let me see if I can spot any more. Oh yeah, there's some there. Hold on, let me go around. Did I see them? Yeah, there's some there. You can see them. And up there. I'm super excited. I mean, we planted these trees. I'm just poking around to see if I can see any more. We planted these trees 2 years ago, and we only got fruit on the peach, apple, and nectarine. There's some there. Apples. Exciting. I'm so excited, you guys. And then I don't see anything on the pears. Now, it could be that there was a lot of blooms like at the top of the tree, and maybe I just can't see up there, which is possible. I don't see anything down below. Let me take a slow look. But they could also just be behind. There were some blooms on this tree. Let's check the other one. Let's see. For some reason I feel like the blooms were up there. And I cannot see up there. But maybe once I zoom in in the camera, once I have the footage, then I can really get a closer look. But I don't see anything here, just like with looking at it with my eyes. No, I don't see any. But that could also be that the pears are just behind. Very possible. So far, we've got fruit on both apple trees, on the grafted plum, and there's different varieties, on the peach and the nectarine. So that is awesome. And I was out here harvesting some of the garlic scapes that are curling over. Let me show you what that means. And I cut off the ones that are like curling onto themselves like this. So I got quite a few of those. We have the 3 first strawberries of the year, which is super exciting. And there's plenty more. They're just starting to grow and to ripen now. And I pulled up all of the spinach because it was starting to bolt. So I said, you know what, we'll pull it up. And that spinach was over here. Just walk over there. It was here, under the base of the teepee, and the beans are going to start climbing pretty soon. So that's exciting too. And then take a look at the strawberries. There's so many. There's so many that are going to start to ripen. Look. There's some more down there. So exciting. And out of the corner of my eye, I saw something red. I had seen a bunch of white ones over the past few days, and I'm like, oh, any day now. And sure enough, this morning I saw some. There's a lot of baby plants that grew last year too. A lot of excitement about to happen in this bed. And my peas are in bloom, and I'm waiting to see if there's any pods, but it's not yet. Like usually, if you get my hand out of the way so you can see something, usually you'll see it. They'll start popping out from there, and I don't see any. But these blooms have only been there for like a day or two, so it'll be soon. And then out of the blue, peas will just magically appear everywhere and catch me by surprise like they do every year. And it's funny because almost every day I'll come out here and take a look and, peek in a few of the little blooms to see if there's a pea growing out of it. and I never catch it until it's like full grown. It's almost like they have a plan to do it overnight and then surprise me. I feel like they're mocking me. My peas. Anyway, it's all good. They can mock all they want. They always grow so well here. Look how pretty that is. The peas. And I noticed the tomatoes are starting to bloom, and I noticed the first little green tomato here. Check it out. There he is. It's always exciting. You know that you're at least going to get one tomato. We're at least going to get one tomato from this batch. And I'm really relieved because last year was not a good tomato harvest for me. The plants were struggling. They didn't look healthy, and we're June, and they already look better than the plants from last year when they were supposed to be, like doing super well. Look, they're doing really well. Now, I had planted extra tomatoes in case my harvest wasn't great again. So now that it looks good, we're going to have a lot of tomatoes. I'm hoping, knock on wood, that everything continues. But we'll see. I'm happy. And the newly planted, I call it the fence line garden. I should probably come up with a better name for it. But we've got buds on the peonies, which is also cool. This one looks like it might have dried up, but I'll just give it a minute and see what happens. I don't see anything there, but that's going to bloom for sure. And then it came with a cage, but based on some advice from a friend of ours, we got stakes and are clipping the heavy stems to them. So I don't know if you know what peonies do, they kind of flop if it gets like a heavy rain or wind. So we're going to try that. At the end of the season, I'm probably going to remove the cage and just go with a couple of stakes for each plant. The other ones are too small, so they don't really, this one and this one, like I don't think they need support just yet. I don't even think they're going to bloom. This one is going to bloom, I hope. Yeah, because I see some stuff there. That looks like a young bud to me. And this one too. So we did the stake thing here too and just attached the stems. Any stem that has a bud on it, just to give it a little bit of support. But everything else is looking really good. Keeping everything watered. Keeping the trees watered as well, so that they can establish. And then, let me show you the lupins. I've been keeping an eye on those lupins. There were like 3 that had, try not to shake the camera too much. There were 3 that had germinated, or that came back from last year. And they are here. It looks like one of the stems broke on one of them, but that's okay. Yeah, see here. So I've got this that broke. Bummer, because that was the big one. So that looks good. I don't know if they're going to bloom this year. We'll have to see. That's the second one. And then this is the third one over here. They're definitely lupins. Whether they're going to do anything this year is beyond me. Right now, it's the time now where I live. We're in Nova Scotia, zone 6. There's lupines everywhere. Like, they're all along the ditches, the side of the highway. You can't, like, they're everywhere. So mine are obviously behind, but it could be that because it's the first year that they may not bloom this year, right? So we'll have to see. But in the meantime, I'm just taking care of everybody and starting to harvest from the garden. And I hope you are too. Happy gardening, everybody.